The right tracking system in your bullet journal isn't just about staying organized. It can skyrocket your productivity, transform planning from a chore to a joy, and maybe even turn you into a Scrum Master in the process. But choose the wrong one and say hello to frustration, burnout, and a ton of abandoned notebooks. Let's find a method that works for you. Hey, my name is Nick, and I am a marketing executive turned content creator. I love helping people find a journaling system that works for them. And in this quick video, we're going to pick out a right tracking system for your bullet journal or your planning. It's going to supercharge your productivity. If you're new to the whole journal planning, bullet journal scene, I suggest going and watching the official How to Bullet Journal video. There is a link in the description for you to go check that out. So the first of the 4 methods is super simple and is great for those who are new to the whole space, and it's called the Alastair Method. And essentially it's a T-shaped grid that is really flexible. Building your T-grid is easy, especially if you have square or dot grid paper. At the top right, you want to give it a title, and that could be where you have your weekly to-do. Great method if you want to have tasks that follow multiple days or evergreen tasks that you want to track. And this could be really useful as a habit tracker or combined with a bit of a to-do list and habit tracker. If you can have some options for that top left, I use the days of the week, Monday through Saturday. That's what makes the most sense to me. But I have seen some people use the top left for projects, clients, or locations, because sometimes you may have to have the same process for multiple clients. And I wish I would have had this when I was in marketing, when I was servicing multiple organizations as a chief marketing officer. This method is a little bit Kanban, if you know what that is. It's a little bit of a tracker, and it's really, really simple. And it's one that's very hard to mess up. The reason that this method is good for beginners is because it doesn't require a daily habit. Now, if you skip a day every once in a while, you're going to be fine. You can start to build that journaling habit on your own time. And so frequency of action is something that's going to help build that muscle memory. But like I said, if you skip a day or two, it's not going to be detrimental. Building a journaling habit does take time. So this is one of the perfect ways to start to build that rhythm. One key insight to this that's going to help you is if you find yourself running out of room with the Alastair Method, try separating your habit tracker and your to-do list in 2 separate formats. I would suggest a monthly habit tracker. That way you have more room for your weekly to-do list, and showing yourself your habits in a monthly view is probably going to be way more beneficial to you. Second method is called time blocking. And time blocking is a calendar method that helps ensure your tasks and goals are aligned with your daily calendar. Most of these other methods are open-ended when it comes to the time to accomplish the task. That could be frustrating for a lot of people. And the reason that time blocking is so loved is because it gives a definitive time for the task to take place. This method is great for professionals who don't have a lot of time in their schedule. The one thing that works well for this is to use a spiral-bound notebook. The ability to have a lay flat or to do a 1-page or 2-page is really nice if you are taking a lot of notes or you have to reference your running to-do list. The first thing is you want to list your tasks, write down everything you need or want to do that day, whether it's work, personal, breaks, write everything down. Second is to block out the time within your journal. Assign a specific time slot for each task and group similar tasks together, and don't forget to add breaks. And 3, stick to the schedule. Make sure it's flexible enough. Follow as best as you can, but if something changes, just make adjustments. The goal is progress, not perfection. So why is this time blocking great for beginners? It's going to ensure that your to-do list finds a time and a place to take action, and that is really key. One of the biggest pet peeves is to see an easy task on a list that moves from week to week to week. Time blocking is a way to start and finish tasks full stop. So adding a Pomodoro timer, it's like an egg timer. I set mine for 50 minutes of work with 10 minutes of rest, and that's how I block my time. The timer also helps me get over my initial task inertia, so that's there for you too. Finally, in this method, I need you to repeat this after me. Lunch is sacred, okay? Don't skip lunches. You're only as good as your health, and sacrificing your health and wellness for your work is a disservice not only to you and to your employer, but to the good Lord Almighty. eat a lunch, bro. It's really that simple. Third method is called the 1, 2, 3, 4 method. It is my favorite method because 1, it's colorful, 2, it's easy to understand, and 3, implementing this has a built-in method for determining your task order. Like the Alastair method, you can create a weekly drop list, and then you can distribute those tasks across days of the week. Each day gets its own section, so Monday has a section, and Tuesday, Wednesday, etc. And the color-coded columns are for quick and easy tasks. The second column is personal or self-care tasks, cleaning, administrative work. The third column is for deep work, and the fourth is for frolic. I can't say the F-U-N word because my editor is a man-child and he will bleep it out. So start with your easy tasks and you knock them off the list first, then you move to those second column tasks, then to the deep work in the third column, and then you end with the frolicky tasks. This is a method I have settled on for my weekly and daily logs, and I absolutely love it. So why is this so good for somebody who's beginning? I believe it's because it's really structured. It's colorful, it keeps your attention, and it's really easy to understand. The first time I saw the Alastair method, I was a little lost. It took me a while to understand what was going on, but when I saw this 1, 2, 3, 4 method, my Bujo heart skipped a beat and I intuitively knew how to use it and that this was going to be for me. This method is flexible enough to take it day by day, or if you want to fill out weeks at a time, you can do that as well. The final method is something I called recovery mode. It's also known as zombie mode. And you might be asking yourself what's so special about this method. And this method is basically a checklist and it allows you to just do it. When you're burnt out, you might have had a rough night before or just can't shake being a zombie. You know, it's just your brain is just not working. The technique, it's rudimentary, so you don't have to learn a new method. All you have to do is create a task list and then put a check off next to it when you're done and do them one by one. Don't stop or skip until you're done, and it's really that simple. And the reason this is good for beginners is you can't mess this up, really. There's no right way or wrong way to do this. It's perfect if you're stepping into planning on paper, if you're wanting to get into bullet journaling, or you're just trying to get less screen time. There's no app, it's just a pen, paper, and your zombie brain. Now, because this method is so easy to understand, there's not a lot of insights or tips or tactics that I could give you, but I will say this: if you do choose recovery mode and you find you're getting stuck on a task or skipping a task, you have to ask yourself the question, does this really need to get done? Or B, can I delegate it to somebody else? Again, I hate seeing easy tasks move from week to week without getting done. So delegation is something that you may have to deploy if you find yourself getting stuck with a task that you don't want to do and you're kind of being stuck in recovery mode. I'll say the biggest drawback to this method is that if you have tasks or projects that are going to take multiple days or multiple weeks to complete, it can't be used with this method. This method doesn't allow you to be strategic with your weekly time, hence the term zombie mode. You don't need to think, you just need to act. And if you find yourself wanting more, try graduating to one of the other methods mentioned above. Hey, thank you for watching to the end. If you have any insights that would benefit the community on getting a first journal or planner methods that have worked for you, let us know in the comments. And as always, until we chat again, I hope you tell the world a great story. Peace.